Hi, first grade. Today we are going to talk about time and the importance of telling time. It is really important that we understand how to tell time and the differences between certain clocks so we know the order of our day and when we're supposed to do certain things. For example, if Mr. Allison asked me to come into work at 6 a.m., because he needed to talk to me. Well, it's pretty important that I know, does he want me to come in the morning or does he want me to come in the evening? And of course, he's going to want me to come in the evening because that's when I know school starts. School starts in the morning time. So we're going to explore time a little bit further, and we're going to start by looking at our clocks. I know that a lot of you have seen these kind of clocks in the classroom, okay? And this is called the analog clock. Can you say that with me? Analog clock. The analog clock is the one with the numbers, and it has a shorthand to tell the hour that we're in, and it has the longhand that tells the minutes, okay? So, the analog clock, once again, the shorthand tells the hour, the longhand tells the minutes. Another kind of clock that you are going to hear is the digital clock. And I bet you all see a lot of digital clocks around in your house, or if you go places, maybe to the doctor's office, you will see a digital clock. A digital clock uses what we know about numbers. We have the hour, that's in front of, we call this the colon. We're in the 11th hour of the day. And then you have your, once again, your ones place and your tens place. So if I were to cover up this 11, what number is that? That is 50. That would be 50 minutes. Okay, so once again, your place values, they are everywhere, they are around us. And just like looking at a digital clock, you will notice your place values of your ones, tens, and hundreds place. All right, so this is the digital clock. Digital clocks also tell you if it is AM, or as the day goes forward, it moves to PM. Now there's one thing, there are 24 hours in a day. That's a lot of hours. And it's split up into two halves. We have 12 hours in the morning, 12 hours in the afternoon. Can you do that with me? Ready? Get your hands up. 12 hours in the morning, 12 hours in the afternoon. Okay? Do it again with me. 12 hours AM, 12 hours PM. Okay, those are two parts of days. Okay, but before we go into the AM and PM, let's jump back to our analog clock. Let's review. On this clock, we see the shorthand and we see the longhand. Okay, again, the shorthand tells us how many hours. We call this the hour hand. We call the longhand the minute hand. So we call this 12 o'clock. So if I were to keep going and count with me, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, what would this be? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then back to 12 o'clock. Every time I said o'clock, where was that long hand? The long hand or the minute hand was on 12. And that is because there are 60 minutes in an hour. When that long hand goes all the way around to 60 minutes, another hour goes by. So if we look at these the blue dots. That's when we count by 5. We can count by fives. Let's count by fives. Ready, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So each one of these numbers is when 5 minutes go by. So this, for example, is 2 o'clock. And all these little dots we count by ones. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we count by ones. But the numbers, the red numbers, we count by fives, okay? And that's our target focus when we are telling time. To be able to tell time on a digital clock and an analog clock to the nearest 5 minutes. So we don't need to be counting by ones. We're just going to focus on counting by the hour when I say o'clock, and where the shorthand is. You will also see by the half an hour, we say that 30 minutes because we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Half of the hour has gone by. Or you will also hear the word quarter. Quarter means 15. Quarter time has gone by. That means 15 minutes have gone by. We're going to go ahead and practice sometime. But let's first go ahead and we're going to organize our events or our tasks between AM and PM. Okay, when you hear AM, again, you're going to hear the word morning, or some people might even say late morning, because as it gets closer to PM, it's later in the morning and it's getting close to your afternoon. So AM is morning, PM is afternoon or night. And if you see, I have it split up. 12 hours in the morning, 12 hours at night. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of our tasks. When would you brush your teeth? In the AM or PM? I heard some of you say both. Very good. We brush our teeth both in the morning and in the evening before we go to bed. How about eat dinner? When do we eat dinner? That's right, we eat dinner at the PM at nighttime. Oh, think of this one. This one's a little tricky. Recess. Now we went to recess at 12:15. We go to recess in the afternoon. That is after lunch. When do we unpack our book bags? Do we do that in the AM or PM? Right, we unpack, we take things out of our backpack in the morning. When do we do math? Everyone does math at the same time. Do you do that in the AM or PM? Right, we do that in the AM. Eat breakfast. That's right, the AM. When do we pack our book bags to go home? That's right, we do it in the afternoon. Look how organized. The more organized we are with our tasks, we know at what time we are supposed to do them. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's practice a few. Here's an analog clock. You see the shorthand, and then you see the hour. You see the hour hand, and then you see the minute hand. So these are our hours that you see here. On the outside, I went ahead and counted by 5 so we can tell the minutes. Here's the colon. Here's that punctuation mark that you see in reading. Well, we also use it in math too. So here's our colon. And I went ahead and place valued our numbers. So again, you can still see the minutes and see the connection between what we've been learning about with our number values. All right, so let's first look at our time here. What is our hour? Okay, is our hour on 1? Is that shorthand on 1 o'clock yet? No, but it's close to 1 o'clock. So it just left 12. It's not on 1 o'clock, so our hour is still 12 o'clock. So I'm going to go in front of our colon because that's where the hour goes, and I'm going to put your numeral 12 for 12 o'clock. Let's look at our minutes. Let's look at that's our longhand, And that means the minutes aren't 10. This is where we count by fives. So let's go ahead. Are you ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Very good. 50 minutes have gone by in the 12th hour. So 12:50 is our time. And those match. I want you to think, what are you doing at 12:50 a.m.? Yeah, that's a little tricky. 12:50 a.m. is when you are sleeping in your bed, okay? You are sleeping and we just started a new day at 12:50 a.m. Good. All right, let's look at another clock. Let's look at our shorthand, our hour hand. Our hour hand, it's not on the 10, it's not on the 11. It is in between the 10 and the 11. Has it quite made it to the 11? No. So we are still in our 10 o'clock hour. So again, I'm going to go to my hour spot, and that is in the front of the colon. We're in the 10th hour, so it's 10 o'clock. The long hand is our minute hand, so let's count by fives. That means we start at 1. Let's count together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 minutes have gone by. So our time is 10:35. Okay? 10:35 in the morning, 10:35 a.m. What are we doing? Does anyone remember? This is when we just come back from specials, we eat snack, and we are well in our way to reading groups. Okay? All right, first grade. Let's do one more quickly. Let's look at our hour hand. Where's our hour hand? Is it pointing to the 12? So let's write 12 there. And let's look at our minutes. Ready? Let's count. We always start at the 1 to count by 5 because 5 minutes went by. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay? And I'm sorry I passed up that long hand, that minute hand. 5, 10. So 10 minutes have gone by after 12. Can you say it with me? 12, 10. All right, first grade, in today's activity, you will complete looking at analog clocks and writing them in digital form like we just did. So then you will also determine is the task in the AM or the PM. So happy math first grade. If you need me, reach out. I'm here. Bye, first grade.